All right, it's been a while since been a couple of days since I did a How Good Is It video. So let's talk about how good it is for the LA Kings. And if you're a Kings fan, you might be excited. If you're a Kings fan, you might be not as much. And I can understand both points of view. But I still see them as being a decent playoff team. And with scoring depth, you never know. And there's some players on this roster that could make a big difference that we haven't really talked about. See, Kovalchuk being added is what everybody talks about, and rightfully so. But let's go through the rest of the lineup too. So down the left side, Iafallo, Pearson, Clifford, Brodzinski. If Brodzinski makes this team out of camp, I think he goes third line. Clifford goes fourth. Brodzinski's shown some scoring level at the American Hockey League level, and he's going to want to show that as well at the NHL level. Word levels in that sentence way too many times. Nice that, carry the one. Okay. Down the middle, Kopitar, Carter, Kempe, Thompson. Now, whether Kempe stays in the middle or ends up on the wing when it's a kid, you just never know. When it's Giroux, you never know. Amadio projects as not being in this lineup. That I take offense to because I thought Michael Amadio was pretty awesome in the games he played last year. That being said, he's young and it's possible he may end up being an extra forward. Gabe Vilardi. Vilardi was a guy who dropped down to the Kings in the 2017 draft. I was kind of surprised he did, and I thought he was going to be a steal. He could prove me right or wrong as soon as this fall. And Anderson Dolan's one to watch as well because he was a second-round draft pick. He got his feet wet in Ontario, their farm team roster last year, and I think he has a shot at sticking this year. On the right side, Kovalchuk, Brown, Toffoli. So there was a lot of... Tyler Toffoli wasn't mentioned in your season preview. Yeah, Toffoli doesn't project right now as being top six unless Dustin Brown falls off. Iafallo doesn't make top six and you move Toffoli over. But what this does is it means that with Lewis as the fourth liner, you've got a fantastic right side, potentially. And I say potentially because Dustin Brown had a year where he kind of came back from the dead last season. And there is the question of whether or not he can do it 2 years in a row. And then Kovalchuk, it's been years since he played in the NHL. What level is he at right now? What are we going to see from Ilya Kovalchuk this time around that is going to be inspiring or disheartening for LA fans? It's going to be one or the other. With the amount of money that they're paying him and over 3 years, he's either going to be this spark plug that leads him back to the promised land or remembered as that contract that got signed by a team that thought they were closer than they were. And it really could go either way. Now on the blue line, you got Muzzin, you got Doughty. Fantenberg probably gets top four role ahead of Phaneuf, at least to start. And then you've got Martinez and Forbert. What I like is they've got three decent pairings. Now, I know everybody, it's really easy to get down on Phaneuf. Oh, Phaneuf sucks. He doesn't. It's the contract. It's that contract he signed, which has now been traded twice. So it's not a great contract, but it is tradable. And as a 5'6" guy in LA, I really don't think he's going to hurt them. And then depth-wise, you got Ledoux, you got McDermott, and this Brickley kid could come in. Who knows? It's hard to say. When they get signed out of NCAA, you expect them they'll either make the team or they're going to be AHL. The development is pretty darn near done. These guys when they come out. Let me take a quick look here at Brickley's 23 and a half. And there's still room for growth when you're 23 and a half, but there's also the chance that a team's going to look and see exactly what they're getting. And so he will get a shot at either making the roster this fall or, well, we'll see. But he'll get his chance. In net, Quick and Campbell are your top two. And then Budaj or Cal Peterson. And again, Budaj, 876 save percentage this past season. It was in limited starts, but it was enough starts for Tampa fans to say, yeah, this isn't good enough. And for Tampa management to say the same thing. And then Louis Domingue is brought in and takes his job. So it's a solid tandem. It's a solid top six. There's solid scoring all around. I like Nate Thompson as a fourth line center. I like Kempe as a top six forward too, though. I think there's a lot of top six forwards here to the point where I'll say this top nine if Brzezinski bumps Clifford down, and he should, if he makes the team, he should, or Velarde or Amadio step in and get a spot there in that top 9, this is a top 9 that can go with probably anybody else in that division. It's at the very least going to be a very competitive division. And I think the Kings are one of those teams that it's easy as a fan to kind of write them off because they did get swept in the first round this past season. But there's a lot of pieces to like. Kopitar had an amazing year. If he can follow that up with anywhere near the level that he just showed, then they could be in the running for first in the division. And if Carter can stay healthy, and that may be a huge if, Carter may be the biggest wild card in the roster for his ability to get injured and potentially remove himself out of the lineup. But if he can stay healthy, yeah, this team can do some damage. But again, this is just, the how good is it? It's just a quick going over the whole thing and sort of at the end going, well, what do you guys think? And again, if there's anybody off the board, anybody who's a rookie or a sign-in or sign-up, or, Zach Mitchell didn't get mentioned, is that upsetting, that kind of thing? Again, it is a pretty veteran-heavy roster built to either win now or rebuild later. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.